Buzzing chainsaws and grinding wood chippers. It was a common sight and sound in Northern California today. Crews cleaning up from the weekend storm. Utility crews and road crews are working frantically tonight.
At the height of the storm, nearly 180,000 people lost power. SMUD has hired contractors and brought in other crews to help restore power to at least 2,500 customers. KCRA 3's Michelle Bandura is live near the Arden Fair Mall. So, Michelle, that cleanup continues there.
Yeah, Andrea, neighbors have actually called the city about this massive pine tree that's blocking the roadway here at the intersection of Yorkshire Road and Bowling Green. I mean, take a look. This whole tree, it just goes across the entire road and even lands in a homeowner's yard over there. Now, the city hasn't been able to come out here. It's not really a priority because it didn't take any power lines down, but other neighbors are stepping in to help clean up the mess.
Jeff Husk didn't want to wait on the city.
I'm a full-time framer, not a full-time logging guy.
But his chainsaws are no match for the big branches of the big pine blocking the intersection at Yorkshire Road and Bowling Green.
I was just cutting and all of a sudden it started pinching and it was too late.
I heard a terrible noise and I thought, oh, is the roof falling off? What's happening?
91-year-old Catherine Coleman thought her neighbor's tree fell on her house, but it just missed her.
And there was no roof on the ground, and I thought, and then I turned and looked, it's amazing.
The tree landed right in front of an Uber driver stopped at the stop sign. One of the branches, like a spear, punctured the engine.
This person disappeared. We don't know where they went. They just locked their car and went away.
This pine tree and a fallen eucalyptus tree a few blocks over also missed power lines.
Yeah, it came right down. It was unreal.
We haven't seen a storm like that in about 30 years.
SMUD brought in extra utility crews to try to get all the power restored before the next windstorm.
We had about 120 power poles that were downed. As of yesterday, we were at about 60. So we're definitely making progress.
But Husk and other neighbors haven't made much of a dent breaking down these branches.
People are good-hearted people.
Yeah, neighbors are trying to get some of the cleanup done, but it is so massive. Take a look. Okay, you saw the top of the intersection, the stop sign here. What you see there, those are the roots of the tree. So this is just a huge job to do here. And the city, no telling when the city will get here. Public Works says that they've hired extra contractors to help with this tree cleanup, to help with this storm cleanup. But again, I mean, they're working hard trying to get it cleaned up before the next storm comes in. But, you know, they won't be getting to this place, this neighborhood anytime soon. We also want to let you know the driver of this, the Uber driver of this car, didn't get hurt. He's doing okay. Reporting live by the Arden Fair Mall, Michelle Bandura, KCRA 3 News.
Good to hear no one was hurt there. Thank you so much, Michelle. Chainsaws are still buzzing all over Northern California as crews work to clear the trees that fell in that weekend storm. This huge pine tree came down Saturday night. This was at Hagen Community Park in Rancho Cordova. A huge tree there. The tree hit part of the fence to a dog park. The chain link fence was crushed under the weight of that tree. The Parkway Trail is clear now, and park rangers were out surveying the damage on Sunday morning and say this tree is on city property, so it will be up to them to remove the tree and repair the damage. As crews work to restore power and clear the trees blown over from last week's storm, we're getting ready for the potential of more damaging winds.
Yeah, it's coming. KCRA 3's Mark Finan has what you need to know about the timing of the next weather system.
So there is a rather powerful storm developing out here in the Pacific, and while this is coming our way for the tomorrow with rain, wind and snow, it really is the wind that we're most concerned about. So here are the headlines about what we are expecting tomorrow. Strong winds, likely strongest in the late afternoon and into the evening and late night hours. There will be valley rain, and while we could see as much as an inch of rain around Sacramento, it won't have the same sort of impact that we had last Saturday. I don't think we'll see any major flooding. There may be some minor flooding on some streams and creeks or maybe some streets, but I don't think flooding is really going to be an issue. There will also be Sierra snow, probably a foot or more, and you'll likely have chain controls on and off throughout much of the day tomorrow. Let's talk about the winds, however. Because of the winds, there tomorrow is a weather alert day Gusts of 40 to 50 miles an hour in the middle part of the valley, the east side of the valley, in the lower foothills, roughly up to Highway 49. And that's going to lead to the possibility of more power outages. And I'd say anywhere from Modesto to Marysville and Chico up to Highway 49, Placerville, Auburn, Grass Valley. Just about everybody has the potential to be impacted by these strong winds and power outages, especially tomorrow night. Back to you.
Yeah, indeed, Mark. Thank you. And speaking of power outages, power crews are working around the clock to restore electricity for the thousands of residents in the Sacramento region who remain without service even tonight. Many have reported days-long delays in restoration, but some are still in the dark waiting for answers. KCRA 3's Josie Hart was out in Galt to tell us how one family is trying to survive.
From piling on blankets and using camping gear, a family of 6 in Galt is doing what they can to get through an ongoing power outage. This happened to them after a tree knocked down a power pole next to their property on New Year's Eve, knocking out power for multiple surrounding homes. Lawrence White says his family has no heat, lights, and is soon to run out of food and water.
Right now, because of everything that's going on, it's impossible to get a generator anywhere. Everybody's out of them.
But this family's biggest concern is the downed wires from the power line that landed right in front of their gates. White says crews have gone out to observe the area, but couldn't provide a concrete answer.
They haven't determined or told us if they're live or not,
leaving them fearful of leaving their homes. This is what the Sacramento Municipal Utility District had to say.
We ask people if they see downed power lines, downed wires, we ask them to assume that they are live. Assume that they are live wires. Do not touch them.
And that's exactly what the family is doing. But for now, they rely on the help from neighbors. And while service crews work on getting out there.
I can't speak to this specific family, but it looks like we have several power poles out in Galt. What I'm seeing on our system is that we don't expect power restoration until the 5th, which is 2 more days.
White hopes that help can come sooner.
I understand, the work crews are out working hard. They're doing what they can. But there should be some priorities. A trapped family should be a priority.
In Galt, Josie Hart, KCRA 3 News.
Thousands of people in the Central Valley remain without power. According to SMUD, about 1,600 customers are without power right now. That's down from nearly 200,000 customers on Friday night. Now here's a live look at the PG&E outage page. Thousands of customers still without power, especially around the Stockton and Lodi areas. You take a look here at this map. A large portion of the Delta, plus Woodland and Knights Landing, are also impacted.
And water levels along the American River Parkway remain high tonight. Parts of Discovery Park are flooded. High water covers the boat launch, and one of the restrooms is flooded. The flooding led to the closure of this park, and Sacramento County is also closing all of its parks ahead of tomorrow's wind, as is the city of Stockton.
Inmates have been transferred from the Rio Cosumnes Correctional Center. Now a temporary dam is being installed around the facility. The dam is going in, and it's called the Tiger Dam. Sacramento County deputies say it'll help prevent any flooding at the jail. There hasn't been any damage so far. The jail did flood back in 2017, though. With the break in rain, deputies say they want to take precautions now. National Guard members and Cosumnes fire crews are installing the dam, as you can see here. It's being paid for with a grant from the Office of Emergency Services and Cal Water.
And this year's start to the wet season is one of the best in 40 years. That's according to the Department of Water Resources at today's snow survey at Phillips Station. The snow depth this morning was 55.5 inches with a water content of 17.5 inches. That water content is 177% of average for today's date and 72% of the average on April 1st. Now, while we're off to a good start, we still need more snow over the next 3 months.
A single storm event will end the drought. We'll need consecutive storms, month after month after month of above average rain, snow, and runoff to help really refill our reservoirs so that we can really start digging ourselves out of extreme drought.
So consistency here, that's the key. Last year, the statewide snowpack was 147% of average, but then April 1st, snowpack finished up at just 37%. So you see what time can really do to the equation.